I've got a lot of predictions about our friend J.J. McCarthy, quarterback of the Michigan Wolverines. I'm going to stay consistent with the ridiculously high numbers that I said on the Out of the Blue podcast about a month ago. I'm going to give him 3,700 passing yards, 37 touchdowns. You heard me right, 37 touchdowns. I'm going to say the interceptions go up slightly. We're going to go 9 interceptions because I think he's going to be slinging it. I'm also going to give him... Oh God, this is what I wrote, but now that I'm reading it, this is bad. I'm also going to give him I wrote 500 rushing yards. That seems high.
He had 300 last year.
Yeah, he had 300. Okay, so I'm gonna stay with this. 500 rushing yards and 6 rushing touchdowns because I feel like he's just going to be running all over the place. So yes, I am giving JJ one of the all-time great college football seasons. And let me tell you guys this. So you might be asking, and I'm going to defend my take to the fullest before I even let you guys talk. But so this run the damn ball Michigan offense, like how is JJ going to get these kinds of numbers? And you got to remember, we're not talking about logic and statistical analysis with this guy. Like this is destiny. This is JJ McCarthy we're talking about. This is the meditating Messiah, the happy-faced assassin, the only guy that could serve you an overdone steak and for you to just nod and smile and say, this is good, I am never ever going to say anything bad about JJ McCarthy. He can take my daughter to the prom if he wants. Like I don't actually no, he can't. My daughter's like 18 months old. He cannot. I take that back.
Steer it.
Let me land this thing. Julius James McCarthy III will be the Heisman Trophy winner this season. Don't you dare pump the brakes, you sons of bitches.
Who's going to be the one to do it?
That was awesome. Michael, you always you come with the gas, man. I gotta appreciate you for that. That was awesome. I'm going to sacrifice. I'm going to push back on the touchdowns. Pump the brakes on the touchdowns just because I think, especially down near the goal line, a lot are going to be eaten up by the running backs, by Alex Orji possibly. I just don't know if that many is going to be there. I do anticipate a new school record because our school record's abysmal, but I expect it to be a little bit lower than yours. But I like where your head's at on this. And again, that was like the network speech. I mean, just pounding the table. That was awesome.
Look, guys, we're going to know the answer to all of this, including our how many quarterbacks play early on in the season. JJ sticking it out late in these games that are blowouts. They're pushing for a Heisman season. Expect the records to drop. They take him out early in one of these games after 160 and 2 touchdowns. Don't expect that to happen. We're going to know within 3 games what JJ McCarthy's going to do. My guess would be they value the championship. JJ sits. JJ's numbers are about what they were last year with, I think, increased efficiency. Few more touchdowns than last year, but he needs to get, 400 more than John Navarre did in John Navarre's single season record. I want it to happen, and I said so on our podcast. But on your podcast, since I'm coming into your house, I'm going to make you uncomfortable. I'm going to take off my shirt in your house and say, unfortunately, we're going to run the damn ball, guys, and we're going to sit JJ early on, and we're going to play a ton of other quarterbacks.
Matt, I need you.
Mike, I'm sorry. I also got to pump the brakes on you, buddy. In our house, I'm also pumping the brakes on you.
I'm also taking my shirt off.
And really, it's no testament to whether or not I think that JJ isn't going to be great this year. But for me, if you're giving him 3,700 passing yards, I mean, that's right on par with, CJ Stroud of last year. And I just don't know if I want Michigan's offense to look like that, that different from what it is now. I just don't know if I want to see that much of a differentiation between the two. So I'm going to pump the brakes on you. And please forgive me, JJ, but yes, I am regrettably pumping the brakes a little bit.
I just hope we can buck the trend this year and that our highest output in terms of passing yards each of the last 2 seasons have been losses, like Michigan State in 21, TCU last year. And that just kind of sets up the recipe for how to take down this team in a way. So hoping we can at least buck that trend this year, put a couple 300 yarders on the board without taking the loss.
But I want to see him break that touchdown record, though.
Oh, absolutely.
All of us do.
That record sucks. Yeah, 30 would be just...
Fuck that record.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, 30 would be great. I mean, but if we're getting Alex Orgy 30 pass attempts, I mean, it might eat into that.
We scoring 76 a game?
Yeah,
what are we doing?
That's what we're doing this year.
I mean, let me just wrap up by reminding everybody that Joe Burrow threw for 50 passing touchdowns in a season. And I know the LSU offense, very
reasonable
different
to compare. Yeah.
Very different offense. But I mean, I have a feeling that this is the season when Michigan takes the next step in their evolution. You know, I feel like from 2021 to 2022, we saw a little bit of an arc towards the back end of the season where Harbaugh and the coaching staff were willing to, toy around with some slightly different formations, maybe get a little bit creative. Yes, running the ball is our identity, but I'm hoping that, like you alluded to, Andy, that we can actually win games being a pass-first offense at times. I'm not saying I want us to be a pass-first offense, but at times. So we shall see.
Craziest things Sharon Moore did from 2021 to 2022 was Michigan's offense stayed the exact same in terms of total offense. They were number 24th in the country, but they went up 10 spots in scoring offense because of the efficiency. And I don't think he's going to be willing to sacrifice that too much.
All good points. Yeah, all good points.
But again, beautiful monologue, man. I want to give it to you just for that, for the presentation, for the pageantry, for the comparison to Joe Burrow. Like, that was awesome.
Oh, this will be like cut and pasted and blasted on social so everybody knows my stance. And then when he actually does get exactly 37 touchdowns this season, we're throwing it out there. And if he doesn't, then I'll just, I'll just never mention it again and nobody will worry about it. So.
Safe, smart.